All right, all right, all right. Welcome, 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 my people, to, Jamztv. No, nothing new, man. It's the same Jamztv. Only thing that you're looking at a fresh face on the TV. But guess what? She's my special guest tonight on DJ Glamma Live Show. And she's no other than Sister Joy, who happens to be a gospel singer, recording artist, songwriter, and of course, she's gonna tell us much more about herself, because what I told you about her is just a little piece like this. So she have the whole story. Welcome to Jamztv, Sister Joy.
Thank you, DJ.
Yes, man. All right, so you're here basically to promote yourself as a gospel artist and also to drop some new music on us. Tell us about it.
Yes, it's my first album, Hold My Hand, Lord. I wrote those songs. It was released in October 2017. And it's still going strong.
Still going strong.
Yeah. It could go stronger though, but yeah.
So when you first discovered this talent?
I'm from St. Elizabeth, Warminster, St. Elizabeth, and I used to go to Lititz Moravian Church. I used to sing on the choir then with my aunt every Sunday. Every Sunday I'm behind her. And then at the time I was living with her in Gazeland, but then I moved back to my parents in down further down Nain side. And then I started going to church still. I didn't stop. Like, I'm walking 2 miles every Sunday morning.
You mean you walk straight to church?
Walk straight to church, like 2 miles every Sunday.
For how many years?
From I was like 7, 8 until I was 14 years old.
So 7 years of walking and all of that.
Yes.
And God repair you with a talent.
Yes.
Would you say that?
When you started to love the Lord from that tender age, like they said, a seed was planted in me. And I nurtured that seed and water it, and it's a big paid off.
Yeah. So
then I got big, grown, and I went to Kingston. And sometimes sometimes we maybe think that our parents sending us to church every Sunday, it's like sometimes we think we need a break, but you never need a break from God, because if God takes a break from you, you're gonna die.
Yeah, something bad gonna happen.
Right. So I walked away for a few years, going to parties, and then I said, this is not me.
Yes.
So I returned back to the fold. And until I went away to New York, but I started writing songs. For years I'm writing songs. I'm writing them and I'm putting them down. But one day this evangelist, I work with her, and she said, I heard a song on your voicemail. Who is singing? I said, I am singing. She said, wow. She said, why don't you record your own music? But she didn't know that I was writing song.
Okay.
You see, once you have a dream, you just follow that dream, because it will be paid off. And I didn't tell her that I'm writing songs, and she said, write your songs and record them. I said, that will happen in time. And I kept writing and writing, and one day she told me about this guy, Mr. Dapwell. So she said, he can do nice music. Why don't you talk to him? And I got the number and I called him, and he said, Sister Joy, sing me one of the songs that you wrote. And I started singing, Now That I Found You, Lord, I Won't Let You Go. And I started singing, and she said, he said, Sister Joy, you got something. Come and see me. I said, okay, I'm coming. But then I didn't go. It took me so long. But I finally made up my mind and I went. And I recorded the first one. And I didn't go back. You know, he sent it on my phone. Honestly, I was shocked. I said to him, who is this person singing? And he said, Sister Joy.
So he changed the whole
he put it in mute.
The sound and all of that.
Everything. The music, it was awesome. I said, who is this singing? He said, that's Sister Joy singing. You know, and I just fell on my back and I just started laughing and I said, thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. And then I kept recording and recording until I did 8. And he said, okay, this is a new album and it's original. You don't have to put more than 8. And I, you know, I did them. And when they came out, oh my God, I was surprised.
Let's backpedal a little bit here. Let's go back to the days when you took that break, starting going to parties and so forth. What really grabs you why you return to the church?
One day I was coming from work, and the company driver was taking us home. You know, Stony Hill, if you know Stony Hill and the corner. And the driver, he is a New York driver. He lives in New York for all his life, so he doesn't really know much about the road. And he was just speeding. And I'm like, okay, Jeffrey, stop. You need to stop speeding. And he was speeding, man. And he hit into another car that was coming up. But he didn't know that it was our boss friend. And he didn't even stop. And so he was so frightened. And he, you know, instead of stepping on the brake, he stepped on the gas.
Whoa.
And it went up on the hill. And it turns on the side and flicked over on the top. And when I came out, I hurt my knee. But when I came out and looked over, it was a gully there.
Whoa.
And I said to them, I said, you don't see what happened? That's a gully over there. If the car, I said, God hold this car. If God didn't hold this car, we would be dead. You know, and I look at it and I said, God, you save us for a reason. You know, I went to 1 and 2 parties after, but, you know, it kept bothering me. You know, you could have died and then you would, you know. I'm thinking, okay, I would die and go to hell. I don't want to go to hell. And then one evening I went home, and because I used to wear shorts, and I had on a pair of white shorts, and I was sitting on the step, and I heard this singing. And it was the sweetest singing. And you know, when God is calling you, man, everything seems beautiful. Everything is just beautiful. And I'm walking towards the singing. I thought it was the church because there was a church down the bottom, but it wasn't the church. They were keeping some street meeting. And I walked over there. I changed my clothes and I walked over there. And I said, tonight is the night. You know, and I walked to the altar. And
without any regrets?
No regrets. After I went back, this is a different church then. I used to go to the Moravian, but then this is a Pentecostal church. And they have, you know, they have the music and everything. So I went and I got baptized, and that was my journey.
The rest is history.
Yeah, and no more. I never go back to any parties or nothing. No parties, no boyfriend. You know, I was just holding on to God, man. But I went to New York, and it's so different in New York. Yeah, it's so different because the work at times
fast going place.
Yeah. You know, you don't, and I said no. No, one time I was taking care of my home health. I was a home health aide. I'm taking care of this man. You know, money is good. And he died, and the family, they loved me, so they got me to take care of another family member, and I'm taking care of her. good pay. I didn't go to church on Sundays. I would go whenever I feel like, and the lady died. And believe me, God did not allow me to get another job for 1 year.
Wow.
And I still pay my rent, and I buy food, everything. I was good. One day I said, but I haven't worked in so long. I said, come on now, God, I need a job. And right then and there, this song came to me. He gives me peace in the midst of the storm. And I started singing that song. I said, yeah, Lord, I know. I know you give peace, but I want a job. I'm tired of staying home. And for 1 year, I didn't get a job. And then after the year, I got a job. And then I knew I cannot stop going to church, so I started again. And yeah, until now, I'm still there. I'm doing good.
Good, man, good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm holding on to God. Is this something that is an inner spirit that's in you that, reaches out to something? I don't know how to put it or how to say it, but, you talk to yourself, whatever you want, it comes through and so forth. So take us a little bit through that journey, so somebody out there watching can understand the power of God and how it works.
Yes, God. You see, with God, all things are possible. You cannot make a mistake if you make Jesus your choice. It's a choice that you make. And I remember, God worked out so many things for me. I'm going to, this guy, I know, this guy hate me for no reason. It's my son, father's family. This guy would kill me for nothing, and because first when I went to New York, my visa expired, and I said, I'm not going back to Jamaica right now. I need to work some money. And I was working, but some people think that because you don't have a green card or you're not a citizen, you're not supposed to get a job. And I started getting jobs, man, and this guy hated me for no reason. And if I'm going on the train, if he's on the train, he will come and see me on the train most of the morning, and he would curse. I don't answer him, so nobody don't know that he's talking to me because I don't answer him. I always have some plugs in my ears, humming and nodding my head to the music, so I don't pay him any mind. For 10 years, it's like he was going to kill me. And I kept praying, and I said, Lord, I've done this man no wrong. I don't even know nothing about him, and he hates me so much. One day his sister called me now, and he said, my brother wants to speak to you. I said, I don't want to speak to your brother. And she said, no, call him. He left his number. I said, no, he wants to speak to me. He called me. I don't want to talk to him. And then he called me, and he said, could you just spare 10 minutes to listen to what I have to say? I have the anger in me for this guy. And he said, first of all, I want to apologize to you for all these years I've been hating you. You did me no wrong, but I just hate you.
And what was stick up in there? What was the true reason for this guy to, coming at you like that?
I don't know. They said that they said it in my hearing that I'm not straight in the country, but yet I'm working every day.
Okay.
So that was the problem.
So he hated on you for that.
Yeah. And even his mother, all of them, because as I said, they are families of my son. And he said, I'm asking you to accept my apology. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I looked at you the wrong way, and I shouldn't have done that. I wanted to say, but I didn't say. I just say, okay. He said, please accept my apology. And I said, I don't have nothing against you. He said, please forgive me. I said, I forgave you a long time. I said, you couldn't stop my life. I forgave you and I'm moving on. I say I did you no wrong, but you hate me, but that's okay.
Was this guy pushed to the level to understand that he could not stop you in any way?
No, he didn't know. He didn't know that I serve a God who, you see, God, once you are faithful to him, he is faithful to you. And I kept praying and asking God, because remember, God said he will make your enemy be your footstool.
True.
So that's what he did. He made that guy who was my enemy be my footstool. He has to apologize to me. He didn't just call me up. God let him call me.
Yes.
So, and from there he said, you can call me. I don't call him. I don't want to have nothing to do with them. But I don't have up nobody in my heart, because I'm not going to die from heart attack having up nobody.
True.
Think that no one is that important to me for me to let them cloud my heart. I'm not going to do that. I love, as I said, when they hate me, I love them. Yes,
that's what you should do.
Yeah, I love them.
Hold on a minute. Let me tell our listeners, our viewers right now, if you're just tuning in, you're watching Jamztv. Yes, it is for real, Jamztv. And I have with me Sister Joy. She's a gospel singer, and she brings some tunes to Jamztv tonight. And of course, we're gonna go through them. We're gonna play them for your listening pleasure and also your dancing pleasure. And she's gonna tell us the reason why she done that song. I don't know which one you're gonna start with, but I think we can go to one of the songs now. Which of the track? Which one of the track we're gonna go with?
Do hold my hand first.
Okay, so we're gonna go.
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand.
Hold my hand, Lord.
All right. Tell us, while we're looking for that song, tell us the reason why you done this one.
DJ, I had this lady at my house. I was helping her. She didn't have nowhere to go. Her relative didn't want her there at their home. And she, and I think that this is a young lady. She has her child. And she needs help. So she needed somewhere to stay. I'm going to help her. And I did. And when you have someone around you, and there's a bad vibe, you can pick it up. So that's what happened. She was good at the first. Everything was okay. And, I started feeling these not so good vibe around me, and because I can pick up things. And one night I went to my bed and I saw this big dog jumped in my back. And I said, no, this is enemy. And my son got up one morning. He wasn't going to school. And the lady was there. And my son said to her, why are you talking to me now? When my mom is not here, you don't speak to me. That's my little boy, my baby. And she said, it's not true. And he said, yes, my son don't lie like that. I asked her if it's true. She said no. And anyway, she continued to live there, and everything, I'm cooking, I'm giving her food. I said to her, don't give me $1, just save it and go get somewhere for yourself. And she was there for a year and 6 months. I didn't charge her $1. As God is my judge, I didn't take $1 from her. And she was working, and I cooked, and because I feel like if it was my child, any of my daughters, I would like someone to help them. So
True.
I did, yeah. And one morning, I started missing my stuff. And I'm like, is someone coming in here? So I kept missing things, but I'm still going on. I just go to my work and come home, or I go to church and so. So one morning I was getting ready to go to church, and I said to her, because I can't take the the animosity. And if someone is living in your home and they're not talking to you, yes, you're going to feel uncomfortable.
Of course.
And I said to her, I would like to speak to you when I get back from church. Oh my God, she jumped up and she said, you can talk to me now. You can talk to me now. Don't wait until you come back from church. I'm like,
In your own place?
yeah. So I said to her, don't raise your voice in here. I said, I pay the rent in here. Don't raise your voice. Man, you think I was living with that woman? And she started carrying on. I said, leave my home now. She said, I'm looking somewhere and I don't get anywhere. I said, no, you're leaving now.
That's not your business.
I said, you're leaving now. And, you know, instead of the woman just go, she walked over to my table and she took up a can of milk. Now, I was boiling a pot of water to make a cup of coffee before I go to church. And, you know, I said, you know, if you throw that milk at me, you are dead. Trust me. I say, I'm not living with you. You are living with me. I say, you came in and you abused my child and you want to fight me in here? I said, no. It's not going to work. I said, go. She didn't want to go. So she was still there. Now, I'm between the stove and the counter. And I'm looking at the pot of water. Believe me, man, I was so angry that morning that I was going to just use my hand and throw the pot of water on her. I mean, you don't live in New York free. That woman lived in my house for 1.5 years. I didn't charge her $1. And she was going to fight me.
So she was hating on you for what reason now? Because I picked up she's hating on you for some reason.
Yeah, she came in with a vengeance. I don't know. I don't know why this woman, I didn't know that this woman don't like me. And I said, what have I done you? She said, people talk and people hear. And I said, listen to me, girl. I don't have to. I said, you see my life? I said, have you ever seen anybody come to my home? No, because I don't live like that. I work and go to church. My daughter said, Mommy, your life boring. I said, no, it's not. I said, I came here to make a living.
Once you love it, you know.
I went to New York to make a living, and that's what I'm going to do. I said, I'm fine. I work, go church, and then go home. And then, you know, the lady, she was cursing and carrying on. I don't curse bad word, and she was cursing. I said, listen to me. Your voice is not supposed to be louder than mine. Go. And you need to go now. But she didn't want to go. And I'm looking at the pot of hot water, and I'm looking at the knife, and believe me, DJ, I reached over, and I took up I was trying to take up the knife. That's a knife that I cook with, because I was going to throw it in her stomach. And the knife, I couldn't move my hand. It was as heavy as a lead. I couldn't move my hand, you know, and I started crying. I said, God, you saved me, because I'm left-handed. And my left hand is straight as arrow. I was going to throw it in her stomach. And God hold my hand, because God knew I was going to jail and leave my child. You know, and I went inside, you know, and I just called the police, and they came and took her out. And I started crying. You know, and I started to write this song, Hold My Hand, Lord, Don't Let Me Go. I can't live without you. If God didn't hold my hand, I wouldn't be sitting here. She would be dead. And because of something I did good. And I said, how can you do something good? And it, you know, it just turns out bad. Because
right.
even her own family wouldn't take her in. But I didn't know why.
So she has a evil spirit.
Yes. And you know, some people who it doesn't matter what you do, they can't be happy.
That's
right. Yeah.
Whoa. That should be the first sign that you should pick up.
Yes, but
as a God-fearing person, you want to help just about anybody.
Yes, you know, you just want to help people, because believe me, for a young woman to be on the street in New York, it's not nice.
True.
It's not nice. And you know the person, they're from Jamaica, and you want to help them because they are Jamaicans. But I realize it's not. You can't help every Jamaican.
You don't know who is who.
Exactly.
Because people will come in with a pretty face, and then after that,
yeah,
you find out that boy, this person have the entire hell inside of them.
Devil, man, devil, because she's going from one church to the other, and I said, what happened? You can't find God? You're just going over all the churches? And the woman is so, when I noticed that she's not a good person, I left dinner for her every night. And she came and she went by a restaurant and she had dinner. My dinner now, she took it for her lunch at work.
Whoa.
And I'm like, no, this is not. But I didn't know. I went down there and I saw her, but she didn't see me. She don't know that.
And that's how the song Hold My Hand
Lord,
came about.
The Lord hold my hand.
Let's go. Let's listen to this one. Let's listen to this one, my people.
Hold my hand, Lord,
Sister Joy inside the building.
Let me go. I can't live without you. You are fairer than the lilies that grows by the way. Lord, you're more precious than diamond. You are sweet Jesus. You are the rose of Sharon, the fragrance after the rain. Now just hold my hand, Lord.
Let's go. This one deserves a twin spin, man.
Let me go.
Sister Joy inside the building. And of course, you're watching Jamztv, DJ Glamma live.
Lord, you're more precious than diamond. You are. Just hold my hand, Lord. Don't let me
So let's talk a little bit more with Sister Joy. Tell us how persons can get your music to buy it or to listen on the world, because a lot of people, they are going through so much, and believe you me, one song with a message can change 1,000 lives.